It looks like the Cardano community is in for 60 days of fun. That all sounds great, but this could mean a number of different things. Ready? Let's go. There are a lot of rumors floating around the Cardano ecosystem right now, and we have no idea which ones are true and which ones aren't. But the thing is, if there are this many rumors out there right now that seem plausible to us on the inside of the ecosystem, the ideas behind those rumors might also seem plausible to the potential partners on the outside who can make them come true. In response to some of the more outlandish of the recent attacks on Cardano, Charles recently posted that the next 2 months are going to be fun. Expect a lot of meltdowns and temper tantrums from the paint chip brigade. So it's obvious that this could just be a reference to the Alonzo Hardfork Combinator Event that's going to bring us Goguen, that's going to bring us smart contracts. This is the big event we've all been waiting for, and we know it's going to go down sometime in, I keep saying August, September, October, November. I don't really care when. Charles seems pretty confident that he can optimistically estimate the date of that event in August or pessimistically in September. It sounds like that's possible. We've recently seen tweets like this one from a stake pool operator who's participating in the Alonzo testnet, saying that someone who was well informed had told them that Alonzo would indeed launch on time. This particular SPO is willing to go even further and say, I try to share the most I'm authorized to, but really the amount of work done for Alonzo was impressive. Now it's just polishing the little things, and that the dev experience is just perfect. It was worth the waiting. So it could be that Charles already knows they're definitely going to hit August, or they're definitely going to hit September, and he's just kind of doing the under promise and over deliver thing. And who could blame him for that? After the Africa news, he was sort of constantly berated, and he received so much flack over his promises that the Africa news would be coming out, and they kept getting delayed and delayed, and of course, this is something you'd expect when you're dealing with a nation state that has its own priorities and its own needs to release certain things at certain times. So it could be that this 2 months of fun is just a reference to Alonzo hitting in the next 2 months and proving the naysayers wrong. But it could be there's more to it than that. For instance, the timing of Cardano smart contracts could turn out to be extremely auspicious. For many years in crypto, we've had this constant thing, this constant cloud over the stablecoin area. And we've discussed it over and over again on this channel, how regulators were going to crack down on stablecoins. Everybody kind of knew they were going to crack down on stablecoins. Everybody was talking about it. Janet Yellen was talking about it just last week. Everybody knew they were going to crack down on stablecoins. Now it's finally happening. So fears of what would happen to Tether have been around in crypto forever, but it looks like it's finally happening. Here we have Bloomberg running an article entitled Tether Executives Said to Face Criminal Probe into Bank Fraud. Concerns over regulators getting after Tether have been around and so common for so long. It almost sounds like a meme to talk about them these days, but a quick tour of the CMC page for Tether reminds us just how pervasive this stablecoin is. If we look, we see that Tether is running through Ethereum smart contracts, Binance Smart Chain contracts, Tron, Tomo Chain, Solana, Algorand, Hecko, XDAI, Phantom, Polygon, Avalanche, Bitcoin Cash, KCC. Tether is everywhere except Cardano. Tether is extremely pervasive in the rest of the crypto space. What's relevant for Cardano is that Tether doesn't run on Cardano, and the first place the regulators are going to put Tether under the microscope, as you can tell from this title, is its relationship with the legacy banking system. It's long been postulated that a regulatory crackdown on Tether would be catastrophically disruptive to the crypto space. And those concerns, have probably lessened and softened over time as we had a greater diversity of stablecoins in the space. But I think any kind of catastrophic disruption caused by the crackdown on Tether might not really extend to the launch of DeFi on Cardano. Cardano gets the chance that pretty much no ecosystem even approaching anything like Cardano's market cap has, in that it can just build its DeFi fresh, and it can base its DeFi not on the sort of like legacy traditional crypto institutions like Tether, but instead on things like stable coins that don't touch the legacy banking system. The DOJ, it looks like the way they're going after Tether is through its interactions with the legacy banking system. But Cardano is already on track to have stable coins like JED, and Ergo already has a stablecoin like AgeUSD that don't appear to touch the legacy banking system. So even if Ethereum DeFi gets ravaged by a crippling regulation of stablecoins and things like interest-bearing accounts and all these things we've seen over the last month, Cardano may be able to skate by unscathed because they're starting fresh and building from a clean slate. They can build around this new level of scrutiny and regulation that we're seeing kicking off right now. And while you could argue that the sort of currently existing Ethereum DeFi does also have some algorithmic stablecoins, it's sort of a question of, with the introduction of a brand new level of scrutiny and regulation, is it easier to unwind a tangled mess of currently existing DeFi projects that sort of grew out of a lack of regulation? Is it easier to make those compliant, or is it easier to build up a brand new space of DeFi that's built with this new level of regulation in mind? But it seems like Charles has something much bigger up his sleeve than just Alonzo launching on time and the hidden strengths of things like Cardano DeFi. After all, we heard about this mysterious secret travel. We heard about him being under this mysterious NDA. And we've got a bunch of other unresolved rumors that could be the source of these mysterious things. For instance, we still have this Alfaro article that indicated that Cardano might have been meeting with the president of El Salvador's brothers. That article talked about the possibility of a national stablecoin and the digitization of a wide range of government documents that sounded like it was tailor-made for something like Cardano's Atala Prism solution. After Charles's experience with the Africa news, it would seem possible that if something like this were about to go down, he might just decide to stay completely silent about it right up until the last minute. I mean, it could be that we get to the Alonzo launch date and all of a sudden we're hit with this news that some of these rumors were true. Maybe there is going to be a Salvadorian Colon dollar national stablecoin. Maybe something like that could be launched on Cardano, and maybe that news wouldn't be released until after we are already at the launch date of smart contracts. Maybe we could have an Atala Prism Salvadorian project that's responsible for identification, social security cards, tax records, property deeds, birth certificates, vaccination cards, medical records, all these things. And we wouldn't hear about it until it's really launch time, until the very last second. I wouldn't blame Charles or IOHK or any of Cardano for deciding not to give us that early signaling of this kind of tremendous news, given the experience they had last time with letting the community know about that and then having to explain why they couldn't officially release the details for months and months and months. And we're seeing a wide range of countries kind of coming out of the woodwork and saying they're going to embrace cryptocurrencies in the same way El Salvador has. And it wouldn't be surprised if Cardano is talking to any of these types of countries about the kinds of solutions that Cardano could bring to their nation state. And again, I could see Cardano and IOHK and Charles all sort of deciding to stay silent on it this time until that last moment when they can officially verify the news. And, we know Charles is under NDA with someone. We know he's got an NDA with someone, and he went on a mystery trip somewhere. We just don't know who it is. It definitely seems like there's something up his sleeve, though, more than just the Alonzo launch date. Finally, we have the really crazy rumors, like the one from yesterday about Amazon possibly accepting 4 cryptocurrencies, including Cardano. And sort of as you would expect, we saw a PR person from Amazon coming out today and sort of like trying to walk back the news. It looks like this spokesperson said, notwithstanding our interest in the space, the speculation that has ensued around our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. This is kind of interesting because the spokesperson didn't say we are not launching Bitcoin by the end of the year, or we have no plans to launch Bitcoin by the end of the year, or we have no plans to launch, Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash after we launch Bitcoin. They didn't say any of those things. It would have been super easy for the Amazon spokesperson to say, we don't have any plans to launch any cryptocurrencies anytime soon. Instead, they said, the speculation that has ensued around our specific plans for cryptocurrencies is not true. If you parse that sentence, that could mean a bunch of different things. Certainly there was all kinds of speculation within the crypto space yesterday as to what Amazon was going to do. So they could be denying any of that speculation based on this. But what they didn't say is, we don't currently have plans to launch acceptance of these cryptocurrencies. We don't currently have plans to launch an Amazon token. We don't currently have plans to launch Ethereum, Cardano, and Bitcoin Cash. They didn't say any of that. It would have been super easy to deny if they didn't have those plans. What they did say is they didn't mention their specific plans for cryptocurrencies. And they said that speculation around those plans is not true, but they didn't specify which speculation. So again, we don't know. We don't know what they're going to do, but this is kind of what you'd expect. This is a PR person doing a good job at being a PR person. They sort of try to calm down the public fervor so that people don't dig even further without actually foreclosing any of the possible paths the company might go down. As of right now, we don't really know what fun Charles has in store for us over the next 2 months. We do know he has something up his sleeve. He has something up his sleeve he can't tell us about or doesn't want to tell us about right now. But we also know this is a crazy billionaire out to silence his critics. I can't imagine anyone I would rather have leading the charge than someone who has so passionately staked his entire professional reputation on proving whole ecosystems of people wrong. Losing at this point is not an option for this guy. So I believe him when he says the next few months are going to be fun. I hope you enjoy it as much as I will. Talk to you tomorrow.